Every now and then in your life, you start to do some introspection and you're like, you know what? This part is just not right. It is time to change my life. That's where Mo's at right now.
That's exactly where I'm at. I had to have a real moment with myself because I think I've been avoiding what obviously needs to happen in my life, the changes that clearly need to happen in my life. And I think maybe for a lot of people, especially if you used to be an athlete and you just start getting older, you feel your body changing, you feel the years kind of let's just say your best athletic years are more behind you than they are in front of you.
But your mind doesn't know that. Like, even now, I still try to do things where I'm like, of course I can do that. And then I try to do it, and then I'm falling off of a tube in the middle of a lake and barely able to swim back to shore.
Yeah, that was the great tubing incident of 2025 is going to stick with me as I'm like, oh, tubing on the lake with a couple of little kids, it won't hurt that bad. I was so sore the next day.
Yeah, it's painful, man.
Yeah.
And I saw this video that somewhat inspired me, and it was an older guy who was saying that young people don't understand this until they get older, but getting older is not something that feels like it gradually happens. It's as if one day you kind of just sneeze and you wake up and you're like, wow, what happened? And you feel the same. Like mentally, you feel like you can still do those same exact things you've always done, but physically the truth is you cannot.
I have learned that I can't sprint anymore. Because if I sprint, the hammy tightens up immediately and the quad I can't even remember the last time I sprinted. And that was my entire life when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. And I've had a couple of those moments in going on vacations when we've had to walk up hills. There was one point where we also had to do a little sprinting to try to get past this, to get to this train that was coming. And just the amount of out of breath that I was like, something's not right here.
And you work out almost every day.
So that's kind of where I'm going in that I've kind of, I guess, how do I say this? I think I've buried all of the changes that I felt like I needed to make behind, I work out every day, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I've continued to do and saying I don't really need to change much of anything. And then gout happened. And that first flare up, I struggled with it, but when I was done with it, I treated it like it was a one-off. Like, I had a flare up, but I don't live a lifestyle to where that'll be a problem. And then I had another flare up. And then once, you got a bad knee now from a flare up and then your other foot flares up. Now you don't have a good leg. It's no good leg to stand on.
You literally have no leg to stand on.
Right. And it was just a reality check for me of, all right, this is not a game anymore. I'm approaching 40 and I've always said when I get to that point in my life, I'm going to change my lifestyle. That's when I'll really start to get more serious about my diet and more serious about the things I'm doing. But again, you say that in your 20s, not realizing that 40 is not as far away as you think it is. And then I get there and I'm like, I'm not ready. But your body does not care if you're ready or not. It is not really your choice to make if you want to be here and if you want to live a long, healthy life. So I was in denial for quite some time about some changes that I needed to make. And I just kept making excuse after excuse after excuse. And I just finally got tired of myself. The people around me were encouraging me to do better, saying that now was the time. And I kept just pushing it off like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'll get to it. And I was sitting there. At the time, I happened to be, coincidentally, 60 days out from my birthday. And my foot is hurting. My knee is flaring up. I could barely walk. And I'm like, this is no way to live. This is not the life. And I need to do something about it. I need to let the machismo go. I need to put my pride aside and really get serious about changing my life. And that day, for whatever reason, in that moment, I heard myself saying the same thing I had said to myself over and over. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Give me another week. Give me another week. Just some steak. Give me another week of some whiskey. And that day I decided, no, not another week. Today, right now, cold turkey. The three things that I felt like I needed to cut out the most in my life, one being drinking, two being red meat, and three being that old Bob Marley playlist.
No. There's got to be something else.
That's it. That's the attitude
you
right
need to
there.
be a supportive friend right now.
I'm just giving him some options.
We are supporting our friend right now and his choices in order to better his health.
Yep. So that's the voice. Bert's voice was my voice for a long time.
It's been my voice for 25 years.
And I decided, no, that's it. So that day, which was now 18 days ago, I've stopped.
All of it.
Wow.
All of it. No Bob Marley, no drinking, no red meat. I started reading The Naked Mind. Finally, that book sat on my dresser for like 3 months since David from our Bert's Big Adventure staff gave it to us. And I finally picked it up and started reading it. No more excuses. No more putting it off. It's not been the easiest journey, but it's been a healthier one, and I already feel better for it 18 days in. But I promised myself, for
bet.
sure. But for that 60 days, I don't know what's going to happen after that 60 day. I don't know what my actual birthday is going to look like, but at least for that 60 days, I'm completely done with all three of those things. No excuses.
Yeah, Chris, it's a milestone birthday, so I'd love to hear that conversation with you and your lady and be like, okay, so for my 40th birthday, no red meat, no alcohol, and no extracurricular activities. And she's gonna be like, what the heck was I doing?
Why am I even here?
It's her problem now.
Look, the good news here is you already feel great and you're only 18 days into this. Sometimes, I know for me, I get so impatient. Like, if I make those changes on Monday, and if I am not feeling better by Wednesday, then I just go back to my bad habits, man. But here you are saying in only 3 weeks' time, you already feel great.
Yeah, I mean, it took to about day 15 for me to actually start to feel like, wow, I really can see some of the differences. But no, I can feel the change, and I'm staying on this journey no matter what.
Good for you, man.
Thank you.
The Bert Show.